people, it's your girl Adeola. I'm so excited to see Nigerians out on the street protesting all the ridiculous things happening at the National Assembly.
To occupy the National Assembly.
It's such a shame though that the protesters were no more than that. The rest of you that are watching me, what were you doing that day? All the time people were protesting. If not for flight tickets, you can trust me and call it over now. That is the place where we love to be. Not be so hard. Oh. Hey, me a Luther. Hey, you know, great Nigerian people, great. All those senators running my country as if it is their father's estate. They would have heard from me that day. Anyway, let me cool down. By the way, did you guys hear about the senator from Ekiti? That woman, never mind. You didn't hear this from me, but you know, Sahara reporters had been posting phone numbers of senators online so that people from their constituencies can call them and tell them to stop collecting cars from Saraki and do the right thing. So one man from Ekiti State sent this text message to a senator representing his constituency, that is a Senator Biodun Olujimi. Madam, don't support amendment to CCTO and the admin of criminal justice law because of one man. Don't take that car, you know, from Saraki. You guys know that Saraki bought them Toyota Land Cruisers, you know. So the guy was saying, Madam, don't take the car. He said people are suffering and you guys want to ride jeeps. You represent me in Ekiti and we are watching. But this is the best part. The guy said, translate that in English. Yes, apoti is stool. Yes, and home is where the stool waits for the bonbon. Don't even try, forget it. So the shock was in the woman's response to this man. Listen to what she said. Sit anywhere. If you voted for me, it was not free. I paid every inch of the way. Jesus mio! So this woman bribed people who manipulated the votes to make her a senator. My father and my God, these are the people ruling my country. And then she said, get a job and earn a living so you don't keep issuing threats that you cannot enforce and you don't keep invading the privacy of people. Only dirty people do that. First of all, you guys see why I always say that something is fundamentally wrong right here. You know, inside the medulla oblongata, at the core of the photosynthesis, right by the peripheral level that controls the intelligence and reasoning of our leaders. So you see that, men and women alike. Please put her, yes, well, madam, you're welcome to this program. What part of what the man said suggested to you, madam, that he doesn't have a job? Here you are, madam, telling somebody to get a job when you bribed people to get the job that you have today. Hey, whoa! You see Nigerians, should you even have the audacity to say anything? I'm telling you, Nigeria is not ready for somebody like me. You know, hey, the day I become, the most interesting part of the protest. Well, actually, one of the most interesting parts of the protest, you know, he's seeing protesters and counter-protesters. Is that right? Can I? Anyway, some people call themselves the Save Our National Assembly group. You know, you have the Occupy NAS group, but these ones are the Save Our National Assembly group. They said that they want to save the National Assembly by protesting for Bukola Saraki. Look at them, look at them. I beg, zoom in, I want to see the face of that woman. Hey, whoa! I thought that's smart, haba! Auntie Tope! Hey, Auntie Topi! So you also collected the money from Saraki? No be your face with this? Look at how our youth are selling themselves short because of money. Auntie Tope, Beruolong. Come and see fight between the real protesters and the paid protesters. These shameless people standing with corrupt people. God knows your name and we see your faces as well. Look at them very well, so that the day you meet them in downfall so you can shame them. The second most interesting part of the protest was AIT trying to cover the protest. As expected, you know, different media showed up. NTA was there, Channel TV was there, CCTV was there, and others. So AIT also showed up. They wanted to interview the protesters. Guess what happened? The protesters booed them.
You know what AIT? We don't need them.
They sent AIT packing. They were like, go, we don't need AIT. AIT thinks that Nigerians have forgotten that their boss, you know, Dr. C, collected money from Sambo to make defamatory documentaries about Buhari and others during the elections. So they shamed the AIT. You know, I feel bad for the reporters of AIT because, you know, it is the organ at the top that did the deed. Sure, you understand. But now the reporters are the ones being shamed. That is God. And speaking of Buhari, get him on speed dial, I beg. No, none of this, Smiley. This I'm about to talk something serious. Can you get him something serious? Put down your hand. I'm the one talking today. He has to listen. Find something else. Yes, you are welcome to this program. You're welcome. So, my guy, this will be the last time that I will ask you. Actually, it may not be the last time, but seriously, let me face the camera in case you're watching. Who is advising you? What? Like, seriously, is it that you don't watch my show or it doesn't mean anything to you? I don't get it. Are you in tune at all with what is going on in Nigeria? Like, really? I know you're president, but do you know what is happening in your country? How long have people been shouting about the Fulani herdsmen that are terrorizing them? So what took you so long to say something, Buhari? And if I remember when you heard about the pipeline vandalism the other time, you know, you got so angry. You told the vandals at that time, you said, we will deal with you like Boko Haram. Why is it that, first of all, Fulani herdsmen killed hundreds of people before you said anything? And what you said was, this is now a national priority. What does that mean? Thank you, me too. I don't know what it means. It doesn't mean anything to you. You see, in politics, this is what they call jamboree. You know, we're saying a lot of things without really saying anything. Don't forget that in Agatu, this Fulani herdsmen, they raised 10 communities. They killed about 300 people. And you know, when they say 300, it's usually more than that, you understand? And then 25 local government areas in Delta State grounded activities on the Benin-Asaba Expressway because the herdsmen killed about 23 people. Police recovered 20 AK-47 rifles, 30 double-barrel guns, 70 Dane guns, and over 1,000 live ammunition. And then they raided Oyo State for more than 7 hours in one night. Farmers in Lagoon, Yanofa, Atagba, Lakpata, and their surrounding communities were attacked. They injured people. They stole more than 500,000 naira. They stole clothes, shoes, food stuff, even cooked food. These people stole cooked food. Like, really? And then in Taraba State, they attacked 2 villages in Gashaka local government. They killed about 15 people. In Benue State, dozens of people were killed in one day at a Okoloko village in Agatu local government. And not only that, in Enugu, very recently, they killed dozens of people. The governor was there crying. In all of this, the information minister, that is Elahi Mohammed, was telling us that the federal government is silently working to end the Fulani farmers crisis. Like, really, Mr. Elahi Mohammed, you know, you need to start watching this show, okay? Call me, I'm always on speed dial. Before you say anything, why must this one be silent work when people are dying? I don't get it. Now they are working silently. Okay, buddy, we read your body language, you know? Remember during your inauguration, you said you don't belong to anybody. How did you say it? You know, we read what you are not saying. We read your non-verbal communication. We read your body language. You know, I look forward to the day in Nigeria where tribalism and religious sentiments will no longer be an issue. And I know that it will happen someday. So please, stop telling us that you are setting up a cattle ranch for the Fulani herdsmen. He said this will take 18 months. That is 1.5 years. Are you saying that Fulanis will continue to invade people's farms, kill them, and seize their lands for the next 1.5 years? When a leader fails to protect his people, he loses the moral right to govern the people. You are not the president of Fulani herdsmen, Buhari. Seriously, you are not. You are the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Nigeria, you know, including the fringes everywhere. You guys know I don't know much. Guess what? I'm just keeping it real. Moving on to Zambia. Did you guys hear about the xenophobic attack that happened in April? It's really sad that as black people, we continue to kill ourselves based on, you know, mundane things like nationality, not like really. In March, they said about 7 dead bodies of Zambians were found with missing body parts. And so because of that, somebody concluded that it must be the foreigners in Zambia that are using these dead Zambians for rituals. So they are saying that foreigners are killing Zambians. And because of that, they said all foreigners must pay. Consequently, the mob went after all shops owned by foreigners. They destroyed shops owned by Zimbabweans, Burundians, but especially Rwandese. At least 62 shops owned by Rwandan refugees were plundered. These Zambians stole everything owned by these people. So these are Africans attacking Africans. Imagine 62 shops, that is 62 businesses. That is at least 62 families whose livelihood have been taken away from them. They probably have children, they have elderly ones that they're taking care of. Like, really, Zambia? These are Africans attacking fellow Africans. As you guys know, sometimes when immigrants go to a new country, they work really hard in this new country to make a living, even here in the US. So many Africans, when we come here, we work daytime, nighttime, part-time, and overtime just to better our life. Sometimes we do better than Americans, here you understand. But right now, the economic crisis in Zambia has rendered so many people unemployed. As a matter of fact, a global hunger report that recently came out said that Chad, Central African Republic, and Zambia are the 3 most hungry countries right now on the global hunger index. So the unemployment rate in Zambia is really high, coupled with the ongoing drought. You guys know that they're also experiencing that in Zimbabwe as well. So meanwhile, the immigrants in Zambia, they continue to work hard on their trade. Many of them fled Rwanda during the genocide, and then they set up small shops in Zambia. So because the foreigners are doing well, even in the bad economy, some people in Zambia concluded that they must be doing money rituals. That's why they are doing well. And because they discovered 7 dead bodies in March, they concluded that it must be the foreigners that killed these people for money ritual. That was why they attacked these foreigners. So 2 people were burnt to death before the xenophobic attack died down.
Some of them, they sleep in shops. Yeah, they've got no houses. So when they destroyed their shop, they were stranded. They were nowhere to go, they had no money, they took everything.
Wow, that's so sad. Such a shame. That's such a shame. Really, they believe that African foreigners are the ones taking their jobs and their money. Meanwhile, right now, the Chinese people are the ones running the copper mines in Zambia. Guess who owns the biggest supermarket in Zambia right now? Chinese people. Guess who owns the biggest chicken farms? Chinese people. No, I'm not saying that they should drive out Chinese people or start beating them up. I'm just saying that something is wrong when we hate our fellow black men, when we hate to see them do well, when we have to always say they must be stealing our jobs, they must be doing money rituals, but we let people whose skins are lighter than ours rob us at point blank. Hey, there is God. The sad thing is, for the longest, Zambia was known as a country that welcomes foreigners. It was in Zambia that the ANC trained. Remember when they were fighting apartheid? Zambia welcomed them at that time. It was also in Zambia that the Zimbabweans fighting the white minority rule were staying. Remember when Zimbabwe was known as Rhodesia? Now the xenophobic attack has died down, thank God. But all I know is if youth unemployment is not addressed in Zambia, as long as the economic crisis continues, further riots may spring up. But you guys know I don't know much. Guess what? I'm just keeping it real. So before I leave, I like to read an email, but it's a really long email, so let me just give you the summary of what happened. So while our officials continue to treat us anyhow, it's very sad to see how some policemen and soldiers treat Nigerians. So I got an email this week about how a man was beaten up by soldiers in Lagos. From what I read on blogs, because the guy's story is like all over, a soldier in Lagos blocked the road because he stopped a bus. I don't know, maybe he was trying to collect money from the bus or whatever. Meanwhile, people trying to buy fuel have blocked the other lane, so there was nowhere for people to park. So according to this man that was beaten, according to his words, because I haven't heard from soldiers, he said that he suggested to the soldier to please take the bus off the road so that other drivers could pass while he's dealing with the bus driver. So the soldier responded by asking, "Who are you? What nonsense are you talking about? You must be a useless man," to try to tell him what to do. So he said when he saw that the soldier was getting angry, he moved his car, but the soldier followed him. His name is Jide Shipe. Unfortunately for him, that soldier had called another soldier that was ahead of this man, Jide. So now there were 2 soldiers. So the other one came from the front, he smashed his windscreen, but he kept driving. So 2 other soldiers now boarded a bike, making 4 of them. And those 2 were shooting at his car as he was driving. The second bullet hit his tire, so he stopped, and that was when they beat him mercilessly. They stomped on him with their shoes. They even knocked his head with stones. So yeah, it was very bloody. I believe that they wanted to kill him because they didn't stop until a retired cop was passing by, and he was the one that actually stopped the soldiers. I don't know how long this has to go on in Nigeria. This is the man after they beat him up. This is him at the hospital. How do you live in a country where people are constantly afraid of anybody in uniform? It doesn't matter whether it's a policeman or a soldier. You cannot say anything to them. You don't even know whether they are in good mood or bad mood. A Nigerian soldier can be nice to you today and tomorrow act like you are an animal. These are people who are supposed to protect the common people. How long would this go on in Nigeria? Anyway, I just wanted to share his email and share the story. Be careful with Nigerian soldiers. You never know how they would react. It's very frustrating though. And the last email that I'll be reading, actually, I don't need to read it. Last week, I got so many messages, so many emails. Some people wanted to crucify me for not talking about a Nigerian story last week. Please, my Nigerian people, do well. I try my best to talk about Nigeria in every single episode. Sometimes I even talk about just Nigeria alone without talking about other African countries. And this is an African show. Once in a while, it's okay. Let's hear about other people as well. Do well, my Nigerian people. You're wahala too much. We Nigerians, we think we are everything in Africa. We are not everything happening in Africa. There are countries I don't get to for months. They cornered me. You didn't talk about Nigerian story. I said, if people from other African countries are treating me like this each time I don't talk about their countries, there won't be a show. Do well. Be patient. I'm trying my best. Kolidowo is trying his best, as you can see. Anyway, that's all the time that I have for emails today. Please keep sending your emails to adeola.keepingitreal@gmail.com. Alright, y'all, it's been real, and I'm keeping it real right up in here. Don't forget to follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Until next week, I'm gonna see y'all later. Peace out!
Welcome to Forstview Luxury Hotel. At Forstview Luxury Hotel, we offer excellent service. Our rooms have all the necessary facilities to make your stay comfortable and memorable. You will also have access to internet service, breakfast, 24-hour power supply, full air condition, free international calls, free tire pumping service, and free car battery charge. So what are you waiting for? Quickly visit Forstview Luxury Hotel. We are located at number 1 Adeola Mishile off Raji Rasaki Road, First Estate, Amuwo, Odofin Festac, Lagos. For more information or reservation, please call us on 08075787135 or 08099900601. You can also take advantage of our online ongoing promo at www.forceviewhotel.com to make your reservation and payment for your favorite room, which attracts a discount rate. Please note, rooms are reserved based on first come, first serve. Forstview Luxury Hotel. Experience the home of comfort. They come.